Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. Today we're going to be doing a signal strength and range test of the DJI RC Pro and the DJI RC. Now we're not doing a distance range test per se, we're in the city, so I just want to kind of get it out there to see how far we can get before we start losing signal. We're also going to be checking the directionalism. We're not going to be pointing the controllers directly at the drone, just to see if that makes a difference between the two. A few days ago I uploaded a video going over the flight experience using the DJI RC with the Mavic 3. And for the most part, I was very pleased. This controller only costs $309 compared to $1,200 of the RC Pro, so that's appealing to many people. Of course, the RC Pro is far superior when it comes to specs and performance. It has a brighter screen of 1000 nits compared to 700 nits. The screen recordings look better. You can do more with it, better file management. On top of that, it actually has 4 antennas built into it, whereas the DJI RC only has 2 antennas, so that could come into play in today's test. Ideally, if you want the best performing controller, I would stick with the RC Pro, but again, the DJI RC is not a bad contender. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a flight with the RC Pro first, because I've already got it bound to it, and then we'll put the drone up with the DJI RC, and we'll see what kind of differences we can see when it comes to signal strength. Okay, so we've got everything fired up. We've got 18 satellites here, so let's go ahead and we'll just get the drone up. And we'll go up, give us some height. We'll probably start at about maybe 50 meters, a little bit over there. So what I'm going to do, you can see the way I have the drone positioned right now. I'm going to fly straight out in front of me. We're just going to go over top of the river here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly at 90 degrees to me. So we're not going to be pointing the controller at the drone. The drone will be flying off to the side. And like I said, I'm going to be pointing the controller straight ahead. So we're going to see how far we can get at 50 meters. We might have to go up a little bit higher depending on the trees up there. And like I said, but we're not going to be pointing the controller at the drone. And we'll see when the RC starts to kick out. Now on top of that, I'm kind of tucked into some trees here. I don't know if you can see that above me. Just kind of sitting in some shade here. So we've got a lot of foliage around us that's blocking the signal as well. So far so good. We're coming up on 700 meters. And the signal strength is still full connection. So again, like I said, I'm not pointing the controller at the drone. We're off to a 90-degree angle. And you can see there we've lost a bar on the RC. We're at 1100 meters. And there we go, we're now into the orange. So that is 1200 meters. Just going to raise it up now to 100 meters and we'll see what happens. You can see we got some of our strength back. And we're back at full RC. So let's continue. So as you can see, we just lost another bar there. And I'm going to stop there. So that's actually a pretty good test. We are 1.5 or 1600 meters, so just over 1.5 kilometers away, and we still got a fairly solid connection there. So I'm just going to let the drone come back to me here, and then we're going to land it and put it back up, but this time using the DJI RC, and we'll do a very similar test. Okay, so now we have the Mavic 3 bound to the DJI RC, and we're going to do the same flight again, see what kind of differences there are. So let's go ahead and get it up here.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
So I just put it up to the 50 meters and we're going to head over to the river and then we'll fly up the river and see what happens. There we go. So let's go for a flight. And again, I'll raise it up a little bit if need be, if there's any tall trees along the way. So again, as a reminder, I'm pointing 90 degrees from the drone. So I'm not pointed right at the drone, 90 degrees. And like I said, I have foliage all around me. There's a big tree beside me. So a lot of obstruction in between the controller and the drone. And I should also mention that this has the latest firmware. There was a firmware update yesterday that corrected some issues that people were having. So this is the latest firmware. So far so good. We're just coming up to 1 kilometer, 1,000 meters, and we just lost a bar there. And you can see we're now in the yellow. So not quite as good as the RC Pro, but not bad. Let's put it up to 100 meters. See if we can increase that signal strength. And there we go. So let's go to about 1,600 meters, or try to get to 1,600 meters, because that's how far we went with the RC Pro. We're almost there. So, well, I'm going to stop it there. You can see we have a pretty weak signal. So I'm just going to start flying in reverse here, just to get a stronger signal. So as you can see there, the RC Pro does have better signal strength and better, I guess you could say, directionalism. But, you know, really not bad. I'm in the city here and I was able to fly out almost 1.5 kilometers. And, you know, I'm pretty content with that. And we could have probably pushed through that. Sometimes you get those weak or busy areas, I guess, with a lot of Wi-Fi that you can get some interference. But generally pretty pleased with that. So let's go ahead and we'll turn around and we'll come home now. So there you go, folks. That is my range test and signal strength test of the DJI RC and the RC Pro. They're very similar. You know, it's not like it was a night and day difference by any stretch of the imagination. But definitely you do get a little bit better performance with the RC Pro. So at the end of the day, if you are in the market for one of these smart style controllers, it's just really all what you want to spend. $1,200 versus $309. For the average person, something like this will be more than sufficient. But if you do want top performance, obviously something like the RC Pro is going to be your better choice. And if you're a creator, you're going to be creating YouTube videos and things like that. It does have a much better screen recording quality, I guess you could say. And not only that, you can actually plug the DJI wireless microphone into the bottom and get nice wireless audio with it if you're doing any kind of commentary. Well, folks, that's basically it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and got some value out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And we'll see you in the next one.